Hi, everybody. I hope your week's been off to a great start on this Monday. How many of you remember Nat King Cole singing in his smooth baritone voice, roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer? It was a great song, a fun song, embodying the easygoing spirit of summer, although a few of you may ask, who was Nat King Cole? When it hit the charts in 1963, it was very much the theme song of the summer months, and it highlighted baseball, swimming, picnics, every outdoor activity you could ever think of, and that we loved so much. No matter what part of the country you might have been from, you could imagine that song being played on a radio at a pool or at the drive-in or any outdoor area where people would gather. We're now in those waning days of lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, with schools starting band camps, football practice, school registration, and cramming in the last trips and vacations. My garden's gone absolutely berserk with the rain that we got in July and the humidity that we've had, and it honestly resembles a jungle more than a garden. But I'll hopefully soon be harvesting a few things from there and at least get a few tomatoes out of it. My flower gardens and containers are looking about as good as they're going to look for the rest of the summer, and soon some of the fall plantings will start to take over. There was another song from the 70s that I remember that was called by a group called The Byrds, and that's actually based on a passage from Ecclesiastes 3. Verses 1 and 2 of that say there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die. The Byrds' version of that song was called Turn, Turn, Turn. And it starts out to everything turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. And then it went on to basically do the whole passage from Ecclesiastes in a very catchy melody. Both of these songs bring to mind much of the patterns of our lives, the constant change and cycles that we go through year after year. We eagerly anticipate a lot of them because of their predictability. We depend on and look forward to the changing of the seasons, the movement from the school year to summer and back to fall again. But most of us don't mind change. In fact, often we embrace it for the fun and the adventure and the challenge of doing new things and the thrill of the unknown. But we're also creatures of habit that like to know with some amount of certainty what lies ahead. The sun will rise and set every day. Fall and winter will fall and summer, and spring will always return. Through it all, through everything, our God never changes, and He keeps in motion that ever-changing cycle of all His creation. Yet His nature itself never changes. His love is constant, His mercy is unending, and His forgiveness is without bounds. While we enjoy the wondrous ways in which God has provided for the changing patterns in our lives and the world around us, we're beyond grateful that we can always count on the never-ending and never-changing qualities of God. His promises and His word are always true, and His love for us will never change. Great is thy faithfulness. God's blessings to each and every one of you this week. Bye.